What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. It's story time. So I've been on an adventure the last few days. I apologize if everything doesn't come out very good on this video. I'm not in my truck. So in Wisconsin, what was it, 3 days ago, I slept at the shipper or receiver after unloading. And I woke up to a horrible sound. Some rookie prime driver next to me decided he was going to pull out of his parking spot and just cut his truck to the right. And so he took off the whole front side of my front end. Headlight gone, mirror all bent up, bumper all the way off on the ground. Messed something up in the front end so the steering wheel wouldn't even turn, the wheels wouldn't even turn. So yeah, bye-bye truck. So I ended up going to a hotel there in Wisconsin, and I was there for two nights, that night and the next night. And then yesterday I had to fly from Wisconsin to Fort Wayne, Indiana, which was a big ordeal, nightmare. I mean, it could have been worse, okay, but I had to check out of the hotel at 11. The flight didn't leave till 4, so I had to Uber to the airport, sit there all day, then fly from Fort Wayne to Chicago, then sit there for a few hours, and then catch another plane from Chicago to Fort Wayne, Indiana. I got there at about 11 o'clock last night, checked into a hotel in Fort Wayne. Now, during this process, I got a phone call from the Days in Wisconsin that I stayed at, and they scammed me out of $100 because my jacket and my bag or my pillow or whatever smelled like cigarette smoke. They decided they're going to charge me $100 for leaving an odor in the room. I didn't smoke in their room, and I tried to explain that, and they said that they're not charging me for smoking in the room, that they're charging me for the odor. And I was like, you telling me because I smell like cigarette smoke, you're going to charge me an extra $100? And they sure did. And thing is, all this coming out of my pocket. I get reimbursed for everything, but I won't get reimbursed for that $100. So yeah, I'm pissed about that. So then, stayed in the hotel last night in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Checked out this morning, took an Uber to the Kenworth in Fort Wayne and picked up this truck that I'm in now. So now, it ain't over yet. So now I gotta drive this truck. I'm on my way from Fort Wayne, Indiana to Chicago. Well, actually Aurora, but it's right there in the Chicago area. And then the guy who this truck belongs to, it was in the shop there in Fort Wayne, is in a loaner truck. So then I got to go there. Then he's going to swap back into this truck, and I'm going to get in that loaner truck. Now keep in mind, I got a pillow, but I don't even have a blanket. I don't have any of my stuff. So we'll swap trucks today and put me in that loaner truck. So then from there, I got to go back up to Wisconsin. Hopefully they're going to let me just drive straight up there. And then swap my stuff over, or at least, you know, I got to be sure that I'm actually getting back in that truck for sure. Because I got a lot of stuff in that truck. So I got to swap into that loaner truck. It's going to be at least minimum 2 weeks before my truck's ready. And it could be as much as 3 or 4 weeks. So I got to move enough stuff over to this loaner truck to be in it. So this has been by the time it's over with, it'll be about a week process since I got hit. So yeah, fucking nightmare. But on the upside, you know, on this dedicated route, I get $175 a day guarantee no matter what happens, and less breakdown. And in breakdown, I get $100 a day. But I talked to my dispatcher this morning. I was like, look, I've worked harder these last couple of days than I work in a month, and I want my 175. And he's like, oh, I got you. I'm taking care of you. So apparently, I'm not going to lose any money on the deal except that $100. Because they're going to reimburse me for, I mean, they paid for the flight, but they're going to reimburse me for baggage and hotels and Ubers and all that stuff. But I will lose that $100. And it also, you know, I had to eat like Uber Eats and stuff like that for the last several days, and that ain't cheap. But, you know, ultimately, it's been a pain in the ass, but I'm just glad that all the airport stuff's over with and hotel stuff, and we'll get swapped into that loaner truck. I assume it's an older truck, and I'll have to deal with that for a while, and we'll see what happens. I may try to, because I got home time coming in 8 days. I may try to go in there and say, hey, how about a brand new one? See if I can't talk my way into a brand new truck, and then work my way up to Wisconsin and get the rest of my stuff. We'll see. I'm not real confident that's going to happen, but it's possible. I don't know if I want to, because I got to be honest, these 22s and 23s that they've got right now, like mine, like this truck was just in, it don't even have 30,000 miles on it, and they had to replace all the fuel injectors. Apparently they started using fuel injectors on this new model that have a smaller port in them or something, and we've had like 5 trucks that I know of myself that have gone down, and they put out this message saying you need to be running fuel injector cleaner through every tank and all this, which I've been doing like every other tank or whatever on mine. So I'm not sure if I want a brand new one. Mine's almost 100,000 miles, and so far the injectors have been fine. But that doesn't mean that they will continue to be fine. But anyway, so it's been a big ass ordeal, and I'm glad it's over, or almost over. The worst part's over. It's the airport shit that I was dreading, and also the fact that I felt like I was only going to get $100 a day for those few days, but they're paying me right. This is a great company. I'm not going to tell you guys where I work, but it's a great company. They treat us good, especially somebody like me that's been with them for a while, and they, you know, they know me and they trust me. I'm not just a number with them, you know what I mean? So I was getting frustrated really bad there the second day, and I started making phone calls, and like I realized they don't have a magic wand, and I'm, you know, 1,200 miles away from them, and they've got to just figure out how to make it work. I felt like I was out of the loop there for a minute, and then when I expressed that, they started, you know, being more forthcoming with the info, and that was helpful. So, life of a truck driver, adventures on the road, you know, it's not that dissimilar from the van life people that have issues with their shit and end up having to stay in hotels, and because they don't have because the same thing. I didn't have no place to go. I'm 1,200 miles from home, out here on the road. Somebody runs into your truck and it won't drive. What are you gonna do? You know, stay in a hotel, take airplanes, figure it out. You know, it's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. It's just part of this job. Sometimes shit happens, you know, that you have no control over, and you just got to work through it and, you know, do the best you can. And here we go. another day or two, and I'll be sorted out more or less. And I just wanted to tell you guys the story and update you and let you know where I'm at. Hopefully this doesn't impact my savings for the van life thing too much. I was already kind of planning on taking March off. You know, I haven't dipped into it or anything. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.